Good morning, students. Today we are continuing the discussion on the topic pressure and density. We are starting with question number 11. An L-shaped glass tube is kept inside a bus that is moving with a constant acceleration. During the motion, the level of liquid in the left arm is at 12 centimeter, whereas in the right arm it is at 8 centimeter. When the orientation of the tube is as shown. Assuming that the diameter of the tube is much smaller than levels of liquid and neglecting the effect of surface tension, acceleration of the bus will be. So here they have given neglecting the effect of surface tension. That means we should not think of capillarity. And now in this case, the container is accelerating, so the free surface, the topmost surface of the liquid will not be horizontal, but it becomes inclined like this as shown in the diagram by making an angle theta with the horizontal. And in such a container, if you consider a small cylinder, horizontal cylinder as shown in the diagram, the two flat surface of the cylinder experiences the forces due to the liquid surrounding them. Here if you see, F1 force is acting on this face and F2 force is acting on this face, and we have clearly shown the forces in opposite directions because there is a net acceleration. There is a net acceleration A towards right side. So there is a force F1 towards right, there is a force F2 towards left, and this force is greater because at this position pressure is more. If you see here, the height of the column of liquid at this position H1 is more than height of the column of the liquid H2 here. And as we know, pressure at any point inside the liquid is equal to rho gh, and force at that point on any surface is pressure into area of the surface. So here F1 is equal to pressure at this point into area delta S, that we are taking as P1 into delta S. If P1 is a pressure at this point and P2 is a pressure at this point, then F2 is equal to P2 into delta S. That is why here if you see this equation, the equation we have written is net force F1 minus F2 is equal to MA, and here F1 is P1 into delta S, F2 is P2 into delta S, and M is the mass of the liquid which is present in this horizontal cylinder, that we have taken as density into volume. Length of this cylinder is L, area of cross section is delta S, so the volume is delta S into L, and the density of the liquid suppose is rho, then rho into delta S L into A becomes the mass into acceleration part here. And on either sides we have delta S common, that will be cancelled. So the pressure difference between the 2 points or two ends of this cylinder which we have assumed will become P1 minus P2 is equal to rho LA, and P1 is pressure at this position which is equal to pressure due to this H1 height of the column, that is why it becomes rho G H1, and P2 at the second position, this phase is going to be rho G H2. So rho G H1 minus rho G H2 is equal to rho LA, and rho on either sides is cancelled. Then you are getting this relation H1 minus H2 divided by L is equal to A by G. That means whenever you have a container which is having some horizontal acceleration, then if you select 2 points in the same horizontal position which are separated by distance L, so that liquids at those 2 positions are at a heights of are having a column of H1 and H2 height, then always we'll get this relation. Using this relation, if you want, you can find the acceleration of the vessel, or if you want, you can find the levels, difference in the levels of the liquid at the two ends of the imagined part. So H1 minus H2 divided by L. Now, if you complete this right angle triangle here, if you complete this right angle triangle, actually, you'll get like this. So this side is H1 minus H2, and this side is L. So tan theta opposite side by adjacent side, opposite side is h1 minus h2 and adjacent side will become L. So that is why we are writing this h1 minus h2 by L as tan theta here. So tan theta is equal to h1 minus h2 by L, which is equal to A by G. So whenever you are given a situation of this kind, that means a container having horizontal acceleration, you can use this formula. Tan theta is equal to h1 minus h2 divided by L, that is equal to A by G. So here we are using this concept, and the diagram which is given in the question is drawn here, and here clearly with horizontal, the two ends, the two limbs of this L side tube are making angle of 45 degree here, and this is 90 degree here. So automatically this becomes 45. So this is a right angled isosceles triangle. The same will be here. It is 45 degree and it is 90 degree and it will be 45 degree. So now here H1 is given 12 centimeter, H2 is given 8 centimeter. But if you want to apply the formula which we mentioned, H1 minus H2 by L is equal to A by G, you should know L. L is distance between these two surfaces, means from this end to this end, horizontal distance. So that distance we have taken here using trigonometry. This we have written as H1 tan 45, this as H2 tan 45. If you are confusing with that, I will suggest you another alternate, that is, since two angles are equal here, 45 degree, 45 degree, these two sides must be equal. So this is 12 centimeter, this also is 12 centimeter. You can see here H1 is 12 centimeter, tan 45 degree is 1. So 12. So same here, it will be H2 tan 45 will be 8. So H1 is 12 centimeter, H2 is 8 centimeter. And here L, theoretically, H1 tan 45 plus H2 tan 45, just for convenience or for generalization, you can remember this formula. If theta 1 and theta 2 angles are given, you can take this L as H1 tan theta 1 plus H2 tan theta 2. Since the angle is 45 degree, it is easier in this case even to take the value of H1 and H1 tan 45 to be equal and H2 and H2 tan 45 to be equal. So on substitution here, H1 and H2 12 centimeter and 8 centimeter, and we are getting this relation. So here 4 centimeter by 20 centimeter is equal to A divided by 10 meter per second square, and solving we are getting A is equal to 2 meter per second square. So correct option is option B. So here this is the question. Then question number 12. Figure shows 4 containers of olive oil. The pressure at depth H is. So pressure at any depth H in a liquid is actually P is equal to rho GH, and all the 4 containers are having same liquid, that is olive oil. So density is same, and in all these cases they are asking us at the same depth, that is depth H. That means H is also same in all the cases. That is why pressure in all the containers is same and it is equal to rho GH. So the correct option would be option D. Then question number 13. Find the force acting on piston of 3 centimeters square at point 2 due to the water column of height 10 meter. So at this position you should find the force acting on 3 centimeter square piston. So force on piston will be nothing but pressure at this position into area of piston. So pressure at this position is nothing but pressure due to this 10 meter column of water. So P is equal to rho GH, and area of piston is given, which is 3 centimeters square. We should convert it into meter square because the answers are in newtons. So here we have done that. Force on the piston is equal to P into A. P is equal to rho GH, because pressure due to a liquid column P is rho GH and force due to liquid column is pressure due to liquid column and multiplied by area on which pressure is exerted. So on substituting rho as density of water, which is 1000 kg per meter cube, G for simplicity 10 meter per second square, and height of the column is 10 meter, and this complete value is pressure. So the SI unit is written as Pascal, and area first I have substituted in 3 centimeter square as it is, then I have converted it into meter square here, 3 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. So it becomes 10 power 5 into 3 into 10 power minus 4, which is 3 into 10, that is 30 Newton. So the correct option is option C. Container shown in the figure contains a liquid to a depth h and of density rho. The gauge pressure at point P is, yesterday I told you what is gauge pressure. Gauge pressure is nothing but pressure due to a liquid column or pressure due to fluids. Pressure due to fluids. Now the pressure due to the fluid at point P we wanted here. Point P, if you see here from the base, it is at a height of h by 2 and total height of the column from the base is h. So this part becomes h by 2 as well. This part becomes h by 2. So that is why we have mentioned here from figure small h is equal to h by 2. Small h here is the height of the liquid column above the point P, that is h by 2. So pressure P is equal to rho gh as we know. So the pressure becomes rho g capital H by 2. That is correct option is option B. Then question number 15. If pressure at half the depth of the lake is equal to 2/3 the pressure at the bottom of the lake, then what is the depth of the lake? So the relation given here, pressure at the half of the depth of the lake is equal to 2/3 of the pressure at the bottom of the lake. So this we are going to use here. And now at any point inside a liquid, pressure or total pressure or absolute pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to liquid column, that is P is equal to P naught plus rho gh. We are taking this into account. So first of all, pressure at half depth means in place of h we will write h by 2. And pressure at bottom of lake, means h will be equal to h. So that is why they have given in the solution, if you see, we are writing the given relation first. Pressure at the half of the depth is equal to 2/3 of pressure at bottom of the lake. So P naught absolute pressure, atmospheric pressure plus rho g h by 2 is equal to 2/3 times P naught plus rho g h. Now writing P naught terms one side and rho g h terms another side, we are getting this relation. See, P naught minus 2/3 P naught is equal to 2/3 rho g h minus half rho g h. Then we are getting 1/3 P naught is equal to 1/6 rho g h, and we wanted height of the lake, that is height of the liquid, height of the liquid column or depth of the lake in another way, that we have written a relation. Not compulsory. If you want, you can just substitute and simplify. But if you remember, this can be a shortcut for us. So h is equal to 2 P naught by rho g, that is 2 into atmospheric pressure 10 power 5 Pascal into density of water 1000 kg per meter cube and g acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per second square we have taken. So the answer, height of depth of the lake will be 20 meter. That is correct option is option B. Then question number 16. An isosceles triangular plate of base 3 meter and altitude 3 meter is immersed in oil vertically with its base coinciding with the free surface of the oil of relative density 0.8. Determine the total thrust. Thrust also we have discussed in previous class. Thrust is the force exerted by fluid on the surfaces in contact with it. So in this case, we have to find the total thrust on the isosceles triangular plate. In this case, the situation is this. This is an isosceles triangular plate, which is kept such that its base is coinciding the free surface of the liquid here. And this is the altitude, h, which is given as 3 centimeter for us. Sorry, 3 meter. 3 meter for us. And now you have to find the thrust on this entire plate. If you see here, the different parts of this plate are at different heights, are at different depths with respect to the free surface. So at different points, the pressure would be different, the force would be different, but we wanted a single valued answer. That is why instead of considering at every point of this given surface, you can consider a point where the total mass of the part of a body or total mass of the given surface is concentrated. That is nothing but center of mass. That means if you find the thrust or force acting at the center of mass of this given surface, that would be sufficient for us. So for that, first of all, we should know this position of the center of mass, and I hope all of you know that in case of a triangle, the center of mass lies at the centroid, and that is why this is the position of the centroid, which will be at height of h by 3 from this base. So here already h is given for us. H is equal to 3 meter. So this h by 3 is equal to 1 meter. That means the liquid column above this center of mass is of height 1 meter. That is why here I am mentioning the center of mass of the plate is at h is equal to h by 3, that is 1 meter here. So the pressure at this point is equal to rho gh. In place of h, we have to substitute this 1 meter. And then area of this complete plate is triangular area, so half into base into altitude, that we have got as 4.5 meters square. And then now pressure at this position is equal to rho gh. So density of the oil is required, but density of the oil is not given. That is why we are using this concept. Density of substance is equal to relative density into density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. So using this, you are getting density of oil here. Density of oil is equal to 0.8 into 1000, that is 800 kg per meter cube. So now if you want thrust on this plate, thrust at the center of mass, that is equal to area of the plate into pressure at the center of mass, which is A into rho gh. We have substituted all the values given, that we are getting as 36,000 Newton, but the options in the question actually are misprinted in your textbook. They are given in Newton, but they should be in 30 kilonewton. In that case, the answer would be 36 kilonewton. That is option C. Next question. Before going into next question, I want you to note this, means remember these things. These are the situations which we get in the problems related to pressure difference, and in coming questions we are going to use these conditions. Now suppose if there is a liquid container which is in rest condition, in that case, as we know, at any depth T, the pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to this height of the column. So pressure is equal to P naught plus rho gh. Now suppose if I consider a container which is in rest condition, but I am considering 2 points which are separated by h distance, then the pressure at A and pressure at B are different, and that pressure difference is equal to pressure due to h height of this liquid column. That is why we can write PB minus PA is equal to h rho g. Here PB is more because point B is at more depth compared to point A from the top surface. That is why PB minus PA is equal to h rho g. And then there is no acceleration of this container. That is why at any 2 points in the same horizontal level, pressure is same according to Pascal's law. That is why pressure difference will be 0 between any 2 points which are at some horizontal separation. So here pressure difference between B and C is equal to 0. That is why PC minus PB is equal to 0. But if the container is accelerated, there will be a pressure difference created. That pressure difference is equal to L into rho into A. L is the distance between those 2 points, rho is the density of the content, density of the liquid, and A is the horizontal acceleration of the container. And in this case, the vertical potential, that is vertical difference, if you have considered as H between 2 points, then the pressure difference between them remains same as earlier, that is rho GH. That means if you have a container, with a container with a points mentioned like this. Suppose here, if you see A, B, and this opening, they are at different positions, and here between A and B there is a vertical height H. Between A and opening, there is a horizontal separation of B. In such cases, we can use the formulae which we just now mentioned. Again, I will be mentioning them in the solution. So the question number 19 goes like this: a closed rectangular vessel completely filled with liquid of density rho moves with an acceleration A is equal to G. The value of pressure difference at point A and B is, that is P1 minus P2 is, according to question, pressure at A is P1, pressure at B is P2. So we have to find pressure difference between these 2 points. So for this, as I already mentioned just now, I am taking this condition: pressure difference between 2 points separated by horizontal distance x is rho xa, where A is the acceleration of the container, and pressure difference between 2 points separated by vertical distance y is rho yg. In earlier discussion, I have used the terms h and l. Here I am using x and y. Now, here if you consider this point opening means this, at this point the liquid is exposed to the atmosphere. So at the opening, the pressure is nothing but atmospheric pressure, that we are assuming as P naught. And given that the acceleration of the container is A is equal to G. So now if you take A and this opening, they are separated by some horizontal distance. So we are going to use this formula for writing the pressure difference first. P1 minus PO. P1 minus PO is equal to rho BG, because B is the horizontal distance between those 2 points. And from this, I am writing the expression for P1. P1 is equal to P naught plus rho BG. And then P1 and P2 are having a vertical separation of H. So using this formula, pressure difference between 2 points at vertical distance, we are writing P2 minus P naught. P2 minus P naught is equal to rho GH or rho HG, that is P2 is equal to P naught plus rho HG. Then substitute P1 and P2 in this P1 minus P2 and you will get the relation as rho G into B minus H, rho G into B minus H. So here we need to remember these two concepts: pressure difference between 2 points if they are separated by horizontal distance and if they are separated by vertical distance. And one more thing you need to keep in mind here, that the pressure difference between 2 points will be zero if if they are separated by horizontal distance, only if there is no acceleration imparted to the container. That we need to keep in mind. Then next question, number 20. A tank with base area L square is filled with a liquid to a height h. The tank is accelerated horizontally with acceleration a as shown in the figure. If a small hole is made at point A, then it is observed that the liquid does not come out of the tank. The magnitude of acceleration should be, right here. According to question, at this position, at point A, hole is made, and when the liquid is moving, that is when the liquid container is moving, it is observed that liquid is not coming out of point A. So here point A, if you make a hole at point A, the liquid will be exposed to atmosphere. So from outside we will have atmospheric pressure. From outside we have atmospheric pressure, and if from inside the pressure is different, then the liquid will flow from inside to outside. That means at point A we have two pressures now. If there is a hole made, one is pressure acting due to this liquid from inside, and another one is pressure due to atmosphere from outside, and they will be in opposite directions. If pressure due to liquid at this point A is more than atmospheric pressure, then liquid will come out. But according to question, liquid is not coming out. That means the pressure at point A due to liquid is not equal to, sorry, is not greater than atmospheric pressure, but it should be equal to atmospheric pressure. But this is possible only if this is a situation. That means the free surface, that means the free surface of the liquid should pass through point A, or in another way I can say at point A there should be no liquid above it. There should be no liquid above it. Then what happens at this position? Pressure is only due to atmosphere. So at point A, inside the container we are having pressure equal to atmospheric pressure, and outside also we are having atmospheric pressure. So pressures will be equal. Hence the liquid will not come out. But in this case, the height of the column, height of, that is the at the other end of the vessel, the height of this liquid will become 2h, where h is the initial level. H is the initial level. How this happens, that we will see here in another diagram. See this diagram. So this is a situation, initial situation. First, when there is no acceleration of container is there, but when the container is accelerated, this horizontal free surface will change into an inclined free surface like this. And that means at one end, suppose at one end the liquid level is falling by h, the liquid level is falling by h. So there is a triangular volume. If you see here, there is a triangular volume that is being emptied, and since the volume of the liquid in the container is not going to change, this volume of the liquid which is disappearing should appear in some other place, and that will happen at the other end. That means here whatever the triangular volume is disappeared, that is now being appeared here. If you see clearly, there is no triangular volume here, so an additional volume of liquid is appearing here, because there is some volume of liquid disappearing here. That means, or in another way I can say, the liquid level is falling at this position, so it is consequently increasing the liquid level at this position. So here, if initially from this position, if you consider at this position, if you consider the liquid level was h, but now even on this side, the liquid level was h from this point, but now an additional h level of liquid is there. That means the total liquid level above this point is becoming 2h. With respect to this point we are speaking, not with respect to container, with respect to base of the container in this case. That you need to keep in mind. And in this case, that is why here the difference in heights of the liquid is 2h here and 0 here. So 2h minus 0, that is 2h by L. If you remember the formula, tan theta is equal to h1 minus h2 by L. Here h1 is becoming 2h and h2 is becoming 0 because there is no liquid above this point. So the pressure, the heights difference is 2h and horizontal separation is L. So we are going to use this formula in such cases. Tan theta is equal to A by G, which is equal to 2h by L. Sir? Now, so here we are using this idea here. The container going to be in this situation now. The liquid surface is inclined here, and hence we are going to use this formula. H1 minus H2 by L is equal to A by G. That is going to be 2H minus 0 by L is equal to A by G. that is 2h by L is equal to A by G, and A is equal to 2h by L into G. Here we have done it in detail compared to the diagram which is shown earlier, and you can remember this as a shortcut. Whenever we are having this situation, we can use the formula tan theta is equal to 2h by L is equal to A by G, and then A is equal to 2h by L into G will be the answer. That is, the correct option will be option D. Then, question number 21. The minimum horizontal acceleration of the container so that the pressure at point A of the container becomes atmospheric is. So here the pressure at point A should be atmospheric. That means, as we already know, the condition should be like this. The condition should be like this. So here at point A, there should be no liquid above this container, and initially the height of the liquid in the container was 2 meters, but now it would become totally 4 meters. As we know, if suppose this is capital H, this will be 2 into capital H, or initially the 2 meter height is there, that will become 4 meter height here now. So now H1 will be equal to 4 meter and H2 will be equal to 0, and distance between these 2 points is 3 meter. So H1 minus H2 by L is equal to A by G, and you want to find this A. That is why on substituting you will get A is equal to 4 by 3 into G. See here, apart from the method we discussed earlier, you can also consider this method. Since volume of the liquid is going to be constant even though the liquid is in acceleration, here cross-sectional volume, this is area, because the third dimension will be same, base area. Here you can just take this cross-sectional, that is, it is appearing to be a rectangle from one side view, and it is appearing to be triangle. So these areas should be equal, because the other end, that is the base length would be same. That dimension is not mentioned here, only areas are mentioned. From this, the new height H is equal to 4 meter can also be obtained. But the easy thing to remember would be that in all these situations, the height of the liquid column at this end will become double the height of the liquid column which is initial. That is initially 2 meter, now it will become 4 meter. This would be easier to remember. Next question. The acceleration A of the vertical U-tube is. So here, if you see this diagram, in this vertical U-tube, there is an acceleration A given to it, and because of which the liquid levels in either limbs are different. In one limb, there is a liquid level of 3b height from ground, and in another, there will be b height of the liquid level. And the two limbs are separated by distance 4b. So now here you are going to use this condition, tan theta is equal to H1 minus H2 by L, that is equal to A by G. H1 is equal to 3b, H2 is equal to b, and L is equal to 4b. On substituting, you are getting 3b minus b is equal, divided by 4b is equal to A by G. That is, expression A is equal to G by 2. That means correct option is option B. Friends, that is it for today. We are stopping the class today. Sir.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. Right.